Good morning. It's Amy. Hello. Today we are going to go down to the Ringling Museum. It's down in Sarasota, so that's about an hour drive from us, but should be a beautiful drive. It's across the Skyway Bridge, kind of, well, we're going to avoid Palmetto, but either way, it's going to be a beautiful drive, and it is also a beautiful day. It's a balmy, I think, 60 degrees outside right now. I think the high is 74. For context, today it's February 4th, 2023. I know I feel a little guilty with such beautiful weather because I have family up north, and I believe they said this morning it was -5 degrees. So we're definitely gonna soak in the beautiful weather down here in Florida. Also makes it worth it living here because during the summer it's like living in hot soup with all the humidity and the strong sun. But anyway, we're gonna go to the Ringling Museum, or more specifically, the John and Mabel Ringling Museum, and it should be a good time. I know it's beautiful gardens. There's an exhibit with a miniature circus. I believe there's some art exhibits as well. Either way, should be a good time. Should be good. So hopefully you enjoy coming along with us. All right, so I'm gonna do a quick overview of the map. So we're starting in Pinellas County. We're gonna take 275 down, and so actually before I say that, how this map works is it's all of the state of Florida. So all state of Florida, look how pretty. But it's like cross sections of Florida from east to west. So you see Pinellas County, Hillsborough County. If you went to the next page, it's gonna keep going west, and you'll see Plant City, you see Lakeland, and it would go all the way to the other coast. So to show the route we're going to take today, it's actually 3 separate pages kind of staggered in the book, but still, here we are. So we're going to start in Pinellas County. We're going to take 275 down. We're actually going to go over the Skyway. There's a crease in this book too because it's newer, but so we're starting up here. There we are. Take this over. First it goes through the crease. That's the Skyway Bridge. We're actually going to take this all the way over to 75 and take this down. Where we're actually going is just about here, in that area. A little bit further south, but just about there. We're going to take 75 down. So there's where we just were, 75. And we're actually going to be going here, to the John and Mabel Ringling Museum of Art. So I've been there once before. It's been a while, so that'll be a fun day trip. It's a beautiful day, so why not? Hello, future Amy here from the next day. So we did go to the museum. You'll see that shortly. And it was really nice, but it was also crowded and unexpectedly kind of awkward to film in museums because it's so quiet. You kind of feel like it's disrespectful to film a lot and to talk while you're looking at these different artifacts. Even though it's a circus museum, I mean, I get it's, you know, you think of a circus as a very uproarious kind of experience, but it did feel a little disrespectful to film quite a bit. So I did take some video, but I ended up kind of doing a lot of the filming outside. So it was a beautiful day, and there was a ton of beautiful banyan trees. So keep that in mind when you're looking, or watching rather, if you choose to join. Also, one quick note, the longest part of the video is when I'm filming the model. So it's model trains, it's a model of the circus, kind of like their whole setup, how everything would have worked, how they would have had everything kind of sectioned out. So it's really cool. It's about a 10-minute long clip because it took about that long to walk around the entire room and to look at everything. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a timestamp on when that occurs if that's all you want to see. But just a little quick note I wanted to put in there. I will have one other future Amy that's later in the video, but for now, enjoy. Would it freak you out if you had to work here?
Yes, if I had to work up, like, well, they have that little cart that they attach and it climbs the pole.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, I would be nervous. Yeah, I would be real honest with you on that. I mean, I'm not cut out for heights, man. That shit freaks me out. Well, you know, you step up on those ladders and you start to get jelly legs.
Yep. Certainly couldn't ask for a prettier day.
That's very true. Oh, they got cookies.
A mansion. Cute guy. It's so pretty. So the funny thing about this camera is like you move it to show something else and it kind of is tracks slowly over. Like it's
Kinda
like
freights
delayed
you on it.
a little bit. Looks like they cut down some of it. I think maybe it was dying or something.
Yeah. Maybe the last storms that came through.
Yeah. I know.
They definitely cut some of it. Yeah, at some point you'd have to. Also, it would probably become dangerous. Like some of the stuff would become unstable. And
Maybe. Probably after Hurricane Ian came through, that was it. It's too bad though. But if it's been here 1,000 years, I'm sure it'll still be here after any other hurricane comes through. Yeah, this is like Haunting of Hill House with all these statues and something else, and I can't pinpoint it. Like, is there another property that has lots of creepy statues? Or is that just like haunted house things?
nothing I've been to.
I'm thinking of like movies. This tree is absolutely enormous. And it's windy. You can't hear that.
It's actually made out of seashell.
Oh, like the coquina or whatever?
Yeah, yes.
It's like steel or something and
Well,
seashell.
the steel, actually, the pieces where it's eroded away,
Mm-hmm.
this is like a tube, and then inside the tube there's more concrete.
Oh,
Down
interesting. So it's like they fortified it with concrete.
here. Yeah. Built the steel tubes.
I wonder, like, do you think it was always just these pillars? It seems kind of weird.
No, I think there's probably something on the top of them that was probably,
Made it a more fancy rose garden.
yeah, got damaged or something over time.
You think they're singing? It's kind of creepy.
This is very haunting. Yeah, I think there was something on the top.
You'd think so.
If you look, there's like a pipe or something on the top too.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they sprayed water out of them or something.
Maybe they were. Well, did they have sprinkler systems back then? Oop, there's a lot of sun. I don't know. See if it'll focus on you. There you are. There he is. So far this place has been, I don't know, well, pretty, right?
Very cool.
Very relaxing. Much busier than we thought. I'll turn this around.
It is Saturday.
There we go. True. Sounds like a fighter jet or something. I didn't realize there'd be so many banyan trees here, though. I don't remember that from last time.
No, I don't either.
Quite peaceful, though.
What we might want to do is cut down and head back and towards the museums.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's a lot around this way.
No, I don't either. I think that's just like the grounds, essentially. But
Kind of,
like an art installation or
I
something.
don't know, it looks like
It's like a pyramid. Yeah. Or a triangle. Yeah, I think it's just like open area now. That's a pretty walk though.
It's like a Polar Express.
Yeah, that is like totally like the Polar Express. Do you think that was his? I'm sure there's a sign somewhere. Do you think that's like his private train car?
Well, it says private on it.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, it does. Interesting. That is so cool. Wow. It's kind of bonkers to think there's a whole train car and part of the tracks in here. Because down there you can see them. That's just so bizarre.
You can get up there and film it.
Yeah. Oh. Super repeating cannon. These are all very creepy. Apparently being albino means you're in a freak show for some reason. Wow.
A record player.
Wow. They certainly don't make trains like this anymore.
I guess you could sit up here and just
That'd be pretty crazy.
really cool.
That'd be a heck of a view. Man, like if they still made trains like this is how I'd want to travel.
For real. I kind of would want to travel anyway like that.
Yeah. So cool. This is like kind of like Harry Potter-ish. Like you got your own little nook.
Express.
Yeah.
Sleeper. Oh, okay. So that's a toilet right there.
Oh.
And that whole thing, it pulls out and it's this little like sinking basin and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then this turns into a bed because
Interesting.
look over here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and it looks like maybe there's one at least here there's one above it.
Yeah.
Because there's some stairs there. Wow.
Isn't that neat?
That's very cool.
Talk about using
Very
space
strange.
good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if I don't know, like, traveling on a train, I think it would either be very easy or very difficult to sleep. I guess it's like a cruise ship. Most of the time, it just, like, kind of rocks you to sleep. It might be the same thing in this case. I think it's just crazy that this is like,
It's the kitchen.
oh, that's so cool. Like, this is how things used to be, and now how did we get where we are? Like, I know we have history and we can see it. It just seems so odd.
It's as big as our kitchen.
Yeah. It reminds me of kind of like, obviously bigger, but a kitchen on a boat. Big old stove. Baker heater. Interesting. Would not want to be in the room next. Well, I guess there's a dining room, so you wouldn't have to worry about it, but. Oh, that's cool. That's totally like Harry Potter. Looks like these are the advertisements they used. It's very like Art Nouveau. Let's see. Hippodrome 1904. Ooh, ink on paper. That's pretty cool. It's kind of funny how they used to advertise. Apparently shooting lions was a thing. That's interesting. Could be a bird lady. Anything interesting over here? It's like newspaper clippings.
I think they're old circus programs.
Yeah. Someone had a hippo. Interesting. Huh. More trains. Oh, this is where all the models are.
I remember this.
Yeah, I do too. I remember this because someone farted walking in front of us.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was not
you were
expecting
so
you to
pissed off. I
was
remember
not
it was funny.
expecting you to say that. I was like, what?
Get that. That's so cool. But yeah, that is neat. The fake water and the little ducks.
Yeah, they did such a good job. If you look on the other side, there's like little boats and stuff.
Ooh, I think we'll end up on the other side. The little ducks. Very cool. Ooh, excuse us. We'll say if I were when I was a little girl, I would have like loved it. I would have wanted to play with all these little. Oh yeah, that's so cool. Got a cool fake smokestack.
This is just amazing.
I know.
I wonder how old this stuff is.
I don't know. I'm sure somewhere there's probably a plaque about this specific. It's a little cocktail umbrella.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's practical, right?
Yeah, it works. The scale is right.
Yeah,
Or, well,
relatively
a
speaking.
little large, but. There's a little farmer's market. There's
Yeah.
making pancakes and stuff. Or corn cakes or whatever. That's really cool.
It's just crazy how big this is. I mean, it just keeps going.
They should never really have to like fix something over here. Like how they get to it. They walk across.
Yeah, I guess when they just walk. I'm not really sure how else you could, you know? Oh, that's neat. There's like an upstairs where you could look down.
That's really cool.
Huh. The little, what do they call them? Pipe cleaners. To like mimic the feathers or the boas. Oh,
That's cool.
that is so cool. Look at that. I'm not sure how well that picked up on the camera, but all the lights dimmed. Little gas gas stations. That's cool, the telephone wires. It's like little pieces of copper wire. Midway. You could check your bicycle. Cool little trolley.
They're serving hamburgers.
Oh, really? That's pretty neat. All the sideshow posters. Oh, that's pretty cool. The menagerie. Apparently they even had macaws back there.
Look at all the elephants.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's neat how the sounds are changing as you get to different areas, because before it was like streetcars and stuff. It's crazy how big this is, even for being a miniature. Home dogs. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, what is this? But blacksmith tent. That's interesting. I'm sure it's written somewhere. I'd just love to know how many people they actually employed, like, after all of this stuff, you know? Oh, that's cool. Little covered bridge.
Oh, that is neat. Little general store, the barber shop.
Mm-hmm.
That is so.
An elephant in the water for some reason.
It's really
Well, that's the end of the entrance fee. I guess they made a lot of money.
What if this is a replica of like a real town or something?
Makes you wonder. They probably just modeled it after, like, kind of, you know,
Telephone lines.
Midwest kind of average town they would come through or something. Or I guess the Northeast. I don't know. They've kind of traveled everywhere, didn't they?
So yeah.
We're back to the horse noises. That's kind of like the train car like a mini version of what we just saw.
Yeah, it looks just like it.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing it must have originally been called Howard Brothers. Yeah. It's certainly quite the model.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
It's like just huge. And here's the other side. Look, more ducks. And there's the guy on the boat. Looks like he's
Trying to get to
maybe kissing a fish. The real question is, would you wear that? I think you'd look quite dashing in it. Even on stilts. That would be terrifying to be that high. I know we see them at like Universal and all that, but ugh.
You could really hurt yourself.
Yeah.
From that height.
Falling that far? I mean, no thank you.
I think it's about 12 feet up.
It has to be, yeah. Whatever it is, it's too high. I know. That's the weird part. I didn't realize there was actually clown college. It just makes me think of that episode of The Simpsons where Krusty starts a clown college to make money and Homer joins it. Hello. Okay, Future Amy Part 1A. 'Cause I already filmed Part 2 and I'm putting this before Part 2, so this is 1A. You'll notice that that video cut kind of abruptly. Two things. It was very loud in that room because it was a lot of interactive exhibits and there were lots of families. Two, lots of children, and personally don't really need to film little children that I don't know. I don't think I'd film children I did know and put them on the internet. That's just weird. So sorry that ended very abruptly, but that is why. Anyway, back to the video. All right, hello, Future Amy Part 2. So the second part of this is, well, the second future Amy reason is the last place we went in the museum was the art exhibit. So the museum's broken out into 3 main points. So you have 2 circus museums and 1 art museum. It has 2 wings, but it's 1 art museum. There's also a mansion where the Ringlings used to live. We didn't do that tour because it was kind of later in the day. We didn't feel like we had enough time. Turns out we did, so we'll do that next time we go. But the last place we went was the art museum, and it was beautiful, but my goodness, the most awkward place to film because it feels really disrespectful to film all of this art. I did not realize that the art in this exhibit started from like 1490, so it was a lot of like medieval art. I believe that's medieval, and it just very old, very beautiful. Felt kind of disrespectful to go walking around filming all of it. I did take pictures, so I will put those in next, or now as you're hearing this. There's no sign that said you couldn't film. It just felt disrespectful to film. So I just want to kind of add my 2 cents there, why there's not a ton of talking in some of this video. But also, I hope you enjoy. My favorite painting was one, there's a man, it looks like there's like a lion or a tiger next to him, and also a skull for some reason. I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. And also just the sheer scale of some of these images, or some of these paintings, just bonkers, but beautiful. So I hope you enjoy. I feel like I've seen this before somewhere. Like that, maybe it was in a book or something.
You seen that?
Yeah, I think it may have been in like the humanities class. It's obviously this is probably a replica, but also we found the creepiest bathrooms on property. No? Ready to scoot?
We must do some kind of stuff here, exhibits or something.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Because there's like lights up there and
Yeah, well they probably rent out the space.
for weddings and stuff.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Because if you had enough money to spend, this would be a pretty cool. If you want, with that style. We have had the knack of coming to these places when there's cool lighting. Through the shadows and everything. It's too bad the fountains aren't on though. Yeah, maybe that's why they're not on. Really very pretty. It's like a bougainvillea bush. I imagine so. Can you imagine the insurance on this place? With all those old...
Oh, this is money on a whole different scale.
Yeah. An unfathomable... I can never say that word. Unfathomable? That word. Scale.
We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just the art that we saw in there. I mean, some of that was probably worth millions of dollars.
Well, I mean, most of it... Well, the first room was what, the 1500s? 1490s?
Yes, at least some of it was, yeah.
Which, like... I was like, well, I think I told you, I was questioning whether or not it was actually valid,
Yeah,
right?
me too.
Like, clearly it was. Now the question is, would you come back? Maybe not the art museum.
Yeah, I'd come back, sure.
At least we had a pretty day.
Some of this is a little lost on me, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it was worth it.
Yeah.
That's beautiful weather. Not too shabby. Now let's go get lunch.
Yeah.
Or late lunch. Early dinner.